Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel, your go-to place for coin collecting, money mysteries, and numismatic knowledge. Today, we're diving deep into the story of the 1981 Australian 50-cent coin. Is it just pocket change, or could you be holding on to a hidden gem? Let's find out. The 50-cent coin is one of the most iconic coins in Australian currency. First introduced in 1966 with a round silver design, it was soon replaced by the dodecagonal, or 12-sided shape we know today. Now, the 1981 50-cent coin might seem like your everyday change, but there's more to it than meets the eye. It was part of Australia's regular circulating coinage, minted during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, and bears her portrait on the obverse, designed by Arnold Machin, and a reverse. You've got the Australian coat of arms, designed by Stuart Devlin, featuring a kangaroo, an emu, and the Commonwealth Star. A true Aussie classic. Now, let's talk numbers. In 1981, the Royal Australian Mint produced a whopping 50.3 million 50-cent coins. Yep, 50 million. So from a rarity standpoint, that's a high mintage coin. Most of them entered circulation and have stayed there for decades, meaning it's fairly common to find one in your loose change. Oh, here's the real question. What's it worth today if you find one in your wallet, purse, or jar of coins in circulated condition? A 1981 50-cent coin is generally worth its face value. That's 50 cents Australian. Most examples, especially those with visible wear, scratches, or dull finishes, don't command a premium. There's always a twist. If you find a coin in exceptional condition, say, extremely fine, XF, or almost uncirculated, AU, it might fetch anywhere from $1 to $2 AUD from the right buyer or dealer. Still not a fortune, but it's double or quadruple the face value, and that's a win for any collector. Here's where things get interesting. While the standard coin isn't rare, error coins are always something to look out for. Keep an eye out for things like if you spot any of these, it could mean your 50-cent coin is worth much more. Sometimes $10, $50, or even more, depending on the error type and severity. If you're new to collecting, here's some advice: always check your change. You'd be surprised how many old or unusual coins pop up. Use a magnifier or jeweler's loupe to spot fine details or errors. Store coins in holders or folders to preserve condition. Join local coin groups or online forums to learn from others. Oh, while the 1981 Australian 50-cent coin might not be your ticket to instant riches, it's still a neat little piece of Aussie history. For collectors, it's an affordable addition to a year's set, and for sharp-eyed hunters, there's always a chance you'll stumble on a valuable error. If you've got a 1981 50-cent coin at home, take a closer look. You never know what you might find. Let's rewind the clock to 1981. A year of change and transition both globally and here in Australia. In the world of coins, it was just another busy year at the Royal Australian Mint. But the coins minted in 1981 still carry their own story, especially the 50-cent piece. The Australian 50-cent coin had gone through a few changes by the time 1981 rolled around. Originally introduced in 1966 as a round, silver coin, it was quickly withdrawn due to rising silver prices. The metal content was worth more than the coin itself. By 1969, a new design was introduced, the 12-sided, copper-nickel 50-cent coin, still large, but no longer round, and far more cost-effective to produce. That's the same shape we still use today. Fast forward to 1981. Australia was using the Arnold Machin effigy of Queen Elizabeth II on its coinage. This portrait had been in use since 1966 and shows a young queen wearing a tiara. On the back, as always, was the Australian coat of arms, proudly featuring the kangaroo and emu, designed by renowned goldsmith and coin designer Stuart Devlin in 1981. Over 50 million of these coins were struck. But here's something most people don't know. While most were minted at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, a significant number were actually produced overseas, in Canada and Wales, UK, due to high demand and production pressure. That means, technically, some 1981 50-cent coins have very slight strike differences depending on the minting location. These aren't always visible without magnification, but sharp-eyed collectors might notice subtleties like rim width, edge clarity, or differences in the lettering. Despite the high mintage, no special commemorative design was issued that year. It was a standard circulation coin, meant for everyday use. And it did just that. Millions went into pockets, wallets, tills, and coin jars across the country. Today, 1981 50-cent coins are still relatively common, but they remain a favorite among beginner collectors, both for their historical context and the chance of finding an overseas strike or mint error. Coins are more than currency, they're tiny time capsules. And even something as ordinary as a 1981 50-cent coin has a backstory that connects us to the people, machines, and mints of the past. Stick around as we explore the value and collector tips for this coin next. And hey, if you found this video helpful or interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss another episode. Drop a comment below if you found any cool coins lately. We love hearing your stories.